Why do I have two profiles? You may know me on social media as 𝐸𝐻₂𝐴𝐶, but on most platforms, I already had a general profile. So why did I create a separate account for my anti-racism efforts? I mean, one could argue that my anti-racism educating might be most meaningful, might be most powerful from my home account, where people know me in real life. And I do think that's probably a fair point. But there are two very practical reasons I created 𝐸𝐻₂𝐴𝐶. One that benefits you, the viewer, and one that benefits me, the guy filming and uploading the videos. But before I get to that, let me briefly explain how I use social media. For the most part, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I sort of don't follow people, I follow topics. Meaning that if someone comes up in my feed and I click on their profile and I can't quickly tell from their bio or how their videos are labeled what type of content they produce, I probably won't follow them. Now, I follow real life friends and family, of course, and I'm happy to see whatever they post, for the most part. But if you're a stranger, I'd like your content to be predictable. And if it's not, I might not offer you a place in my feed. All right, with that explanation, you can probably already guess one of the reasons I made 𝐸𝐻₂𝐴𝐶. Reason number one for a second profile is that I was trying to be user-friendly, imagining what you might want from me. I wanted a little corner of the internet set aside where I could place predictable content to be a resource for other white people. Reason number two, on the other hand, is for the convenience of me, the content creator, and training the algorithms in my favor. An algorithm, by the way, is a mathematical sequence of rules or steps. And social media algorithms are programs that work behind the scenes to sort and prioritize content and deliver it to us. Now, a lot could be said about algorithms. That would be a whole other video or more regarding how it decides what to prioritize. But for now, I'll say this. I think of social media algorithms as something I'm required to have a relationship with. I want it to correctly understand me, understand both the content I am putting out and the content that I want to see. I reason that if my videos about related topics using similar keywords and hashtags are collected together and uploaded to the same account, it might be easier for the algorithms to make sense of it and push it out to the right audience. But I also wanted to understand what new people, new videos I'd like it to put in front of me. How do I impact that? I've worked hard in training those algorithms for 5 years now, in part by who I follow and where. For example, I might be logged on as MindProf and stumble upon someone cool talking about politics or social justice. But instead of following them there, I will switch over and follow them as 𝐸𝐻₂𝐴𝐶. Similarly, if I'm logged on as Ro and see someone talking about Star Trek or Magic the Gathering or nature, I'll switch over to MindProf and follow them there. Because I am interested in those things, but I don't want that type of content cluttering up my 𝐸𝐻₂𝐴𝐶 space, distracting me from what I'm doing there. And it works! To the point that changing profiles is like changing channels. And having that focused 𝐸𝐻₂𝐴𝐶 feed is important because it's one of the things that helps me figure out what I want to do next. When I see relevant videos, I can learn from them, repost, or respond to them. Even early on, I had the idea that me talking about these things was not a passing phase and might even end up being ongoing. In retrospect, I realized that I sort of started building a social media brand. Going by a different explicit handle and the same handle across platforms for recognizability and, of course, predictability. In this case, not a brand for profit, but for education. And then, interestingly, once I started thinking about 𝐸𝐻𝐶𝐚 as a brand, it sort of reframed it for me. Suddenly, I'm not just a guy posting a video. I'm a creator uploading content I want to promote, meaning find ways to put in front of people. And that gave me more reasons to switch profiles and engage as 𝐸𝐻𝐶𝐚. Not just post there, but engage there, leaving likes and comments, because I want to leave footprints around the internet as 𝐸. Because if someone sees a comment from me under someone else's video and is like, oh, I like that person's take on this matter, I don't want it to say Robert. There's all kinds of Roberts out there saying all kinds of things. I want it to say 𝐸𝐻𝐶𝐚 to immediately communicate that I have more takes on this topic and to maybe interest them in clicking on my profile and seeing what I'm about. And hopefully, I've put something out there that is both helpful and reasonably professional, even if I never become a big influencer. Alright, back to you. Does all of this mean I think that 𝐸𝐻𝐶𝐚's viewers who are considering becoming a little more public with their anti-racism efforts should have 2 profiles? No, I just told you a story, and it was my story. It is on us white people in the USA to work to make things right, and this is the angle, the approach that I have chosen to take. But we can do the work in different ways based on our individual strengths. You don't need 2 profiles. You don't need backdrops. You don't need polls. And you definitely don't need t-shirts. Only you can write your story of how you are going to be white in the USA and how you are going to have a positive, productive presence on social media. Whatever path you choose, just get out there, hold your head high, let people know where you stand, and talk about what you know about. Thank you for watching.